welcome to the very first episode of BFN. I'm Ben Barth and I'll be your host for the evening. This is your home for everything happening across the league, breaking down the week that was, including the results, ladder movement, power rankings, trade news and rumours, and everything in between. Let's get straight into it, starting with the Week 13 results. It was a huge week across the league, with some massive scores and a few statement wins. Bath put together an enormous performance, putting up 413 points to comfortably defeat Thorpe, who finished on 74.5. Ben Bowman also impressed, taking down Cripper 387.1 to 264.2. Dan continued his strong season, knocking off Brad 404.7 to 315.8 in what was one of the matchups of the round. Joe P was dominant as well, defeating Dean 402.2 to 311.6. In one of the closer contests, Lockie Russ edged out Wang 371.7 to 359, while Noz rounded out the week with a solid win over Tom P 398.1 to 330.1. Plenty of points on the board and a few results that had a big impact on the ladder. Now, let's take a look at how the ladder stands after week 13. Sitting on top in first place is Dan with an impressive 11-2 record. Moving up one spot into second is Joe, now 10-3 on the season. Brad slides down one position into third at 9-4, just ahead of Bath, who remains steady in fourth, also at 9-4. Rounding out the current finals positions, Russ climbs one spot into fifth with an 8-5 record, while Wang drops one place into sixth, sitting at 7-6. In seventh, Ben Bowman holds a steady 6-7, joined by Noz in eighth, also 6-7. Tom P sits at ninth at 5-8, followed by Dean and Cripper, both at 3-10. And bringing up the rear, Thorpe remains in 12th with a 1-12 record. With only a few weeks left, the race for the final spots is really starting to heat up. Turning now to the power rankings, brought to you by Bunnings Warehouse.
Bunnings Warehouse! Lowest prices are just at the beginning.
There wasn't a whole lot of movement this week. However, the big change comes near the top. D-Bond moves up into third place after a massive week, highlighted by a strong win over the top-ranked Brad. As a result, Richard drops one spot into fourth after falling just short in a tight loss to Lockie Russ. The rest of the rankings remain largely unchanged as consistency continues to be the theme heading into the business end of the season. So that was everything week 13, and now we're going to introduce a special guest to the show. First one of the year. This will be a recurring thing. Every episode that we make, we'll have a new guest on and have a chat with them. Dan, coach of Suggs and Kisses. Welcome, Dan.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. How do you think your season's gone this year?
Yeah, mate, so far so good. Obviously sitting on top's pretty handy, having the first pick, and when you get the first pick but you trade it away, there's always going to be a bit of chat about that, but here I am.
So speaking of Nikola Jokic, who is widely considered the best fantasy asset in the league, well, you traded him away sitting at 9-2. Walk us through the mindset behind making that move.
Oh, I probably bit a little bit on a few people saying I wasn't going to win a game without him. But I traded him for two blokes who've got me 50-ish, and Stephon Castle, who's really finding his groove as well, who gets 30 to 40 every week. And Devin Vassell, who I sent with Nikola Jokic, is a waiver job, in my opinion. So I'm pretty happy. I think I win that trade.
Very nice. If Lockie Russ sneaks into the finals and Jokic comes back healthy, do you think this trade will get remembered differently?
Depends if he beats me or not, I guess. I guess time will only tell for that. I think Lockie Russ is struggling a little bit at the moment, so I've got other people to worry about more than Lockie Russ.
Yeah, that's very true. So you're the reigning champion, obviously, of this league and also sitting on top of the ladder right now. Does anything short of another title count as a failure this season?
Oh, it's a bit different. Last year I finished fifth and had an under 500 record and turned it on. I probably did a trade that probably changed my season. Thanks, Joe Petrowski, for that one. And now I'm rolling a bit this year. I'm kind of in a little bit of cruise control. I don't think I've hit my straps yet.
Yep. Is there any pressure not to choke?
No pressure, mate. Maybe only from Brad, who likes to talk a bit of shit.
Yes, he does. He's known for that. Speaking of Brad, is there anyone in the league at the moment that you think is quietly closer to you than what the standings are saying?
Yeah, probably Brad.
Yep.
And Joe, even though I've knocked them both off. I think Nozos is a silent killer. He could make a bit of noise come playoff time, and obviously the Sangunas are going all right as well. So, and Richard, I think the top 6 is almost set.
Yeah. What scares you the most about heading into the finals? An underdog with nothing to lose, or a rival that's planning to beat you all season, like someone like Brad?
Uh, probably Brad. I think the league's unbelievably even this year. But we know someone finished first last year and choked in a prelim final. So
Yep.
yeah. So
Anything can happen in the finals.
what was your record last year, Sangunas?
I think I lost 2 games for the year.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, injuries got the better of me, but that's last season now.
We move on, don't we?
We do. A segment of this show is called Real or Overreaction. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just spitball a few statements at you, and you're going to tell me if it's real, like you believe in it, or it's a bit of an overreaction. You ready?
Yep, hit me.
So your trade of Jokic has cost you the season.
Overreaction.
Brad Keegan focused on trying to outcoach you too much, and it's cost him the win.
Real.
Sangunas are the most complete team in the league, regardless of record.
Overreaction.
Lockie Russ is 1 injury away from derailing his season.
Real. Definitely real.
Zach Cripper has the talent on his team to make the finals, but is too undisciplined to get there.
A little bit scared about Cripper this week. So yeah, real.
And the playoff picture is already set, barring a major injury.
Overreaction, because I think Nozos will come in for Lockie Russ.
Yep, very interesting. Now, looking ahead to week 14, have you got your eye on any matchup?
Is that this current week?
Yeah, so the one we're in now.
Yeah, there's a couple of good ones.
Yep.
Sangunas v Team Richard Wang is looking good as well. It's hard to see with predictions because you always seem to go one way, but it looks very even at the moment.
Yeah.
And there was another one, Team Nozos. He's playing.
He has got the great Noah.
Joe, maybe? Did he?
He is playing. Where is he? Yeah, Joe. He's got Joe this week.
Yeah, very interesting game, that one, in my opinion.
Projected to win, actually, as well.
Well,
which is very interesting.
I saw Max was projected to beat Lockie Russ. That'd be a disaster.
Yeah, well, Max, quietly, if he played, has a very nice side. 1-12 is a bit tough, but he's going to sit at the bottom of the ladder once again this year.
Just needs to be a bit better, doesn't he?
He does. Good money, good bank builder for the rest of the league, though.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for joining me. Hopefully the rest of the season goes as you planned, and see you in the finals.
Thanks, Ben.
Awesome.
Good luck.
Massive shout out and thank you for Dan for joining me today. Now looking forward to week 14 action. I'll run through all the matchups for the week and give a percentage chance of the winner. So first up, we've got myself playing Richard this week, which is a big matchup. Will probably shape the top 6 a fair bit. Richard's the favourite to win that 60%. Cripper versus Dan, which he mentioned is a bit of a worrisome matchup for him if Cripper locks in this week, and that's a 50-50 split, so that'll be very interesting to follow. Max plays Russell, and Max is actually the favourite, the 1-12 team to beat Russell, who's sitting in 6 at the moment, 70% chance. Joe P and Noah play each other, which Dan said was the matchup of the week, and that's a 45-55 split, so another good one to follow. Brad is playing Ben Ballman, and Brad is the 60% chance to win. And Tom P plays Dean for one of the bottom of the table clashes, and Dean is a 75% chance to win that matchup. In some news around the league, Tom and Joe Petrowski, brothers but also league enemies, spent a nice little holiday together. Well done, lads. Russell won the major on the pokies and pulled out a nice, cool, calm $851. Well done, Russell. And majority owners of Ninja, Ben, Dan, and Joe watched Ninja run in a $3 million horse race the other day and got absolutely robbed. So bad luck, boys. So hoping for a better future with that horse.
line. Oh, is he coming out? Is he taking his running? How much has he interfered with him? Does he?
We have time for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you really enjoyed the episode, and I will see everyone next week.